Today I want to talk about a big problem. Obesity. I get into big Anyhow, it's a terrible joke, but with all seriousness, obesity is a huge issue amongst Americans and, in fact, globally. Predominantly in America, it's an issue, and I suffered from it. I suffered from being obese back in junior high. I was a chubby kid, but really during junior high, I just expanded. And after many years of wrestling with my hunger and my incessant need to eat, I found two prayers to be invaluable. Before that, I want to talk about the cause of obesity. And the cause of obesity, people think, is eating too much. Eating too much is just the effect. That's what happens. The real question is, why do we eat too much? What happens? And the thing is, life has a burden to it, right? There are issues everywhere, in your family, in your friends, in your community, in yourself. Everywhere you go, you'll find issues. And so we find coping mechanisms, manners of dealing with those stresses, dealing with those anxieties, dealing with those issues at hand in either a healthy or unhealthy manner. And right now, food is a prevalent manner of escaping reality. We want to not feel stressed, and so we go and eat an ice cream. We get devastating news, so we want to go and eat a buffet of foods. Just like steak, rice, salads, juice, blah, 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 scarf. But it leaves us empty, ironically. We don't feel full. We feel like we need more and more and more. An infinite craving can only be satisfied with an infinite solution, which is why I've coined it a craving for God. And so if obesity is the effect, then the issue is the cause is a malformation between our relationship with God and ourselves. That connection is important. And without it, we'll go somewhere else. It doesn't have to be food. It could be lust or greed or sloth or a whole plethora of other things. But right now we're talking about gluttony. Right now we're talking about obesity. And so the two things that really helped were these two prayers. The first one is the I offer you. Lord, I offer you my hunger. When you get a hunger that's not a normal kind of hunger where you're just hungry because that's the time of the day you eat, but another kind of hunger that is the gluttonous, the gluttony kind of hunger, that's when you're being stressed out about something. You feel lonely, you feel hurt, you feel sad, you feel betrayed, you feel anxious, you feel depressed. It could be a whole number of things. But it's typically a feeling that is negative that leads you towards eating improperly. So you feel stressed at work, and so you want a donut. And so you go and eat a donut, and then another, and then another, and then another, and then another, and then you don't feel any more relaxed. You just feel full, but still stressed, and so you keep eating. So the first prayer is, Lord, I offer you my hunger. Because it's an infinite hunger. And so when you offer it up to the Lord, He gives you an infinite satisfaction. That being Himself. He gives us that satisfaction, that spiritual satisfaction we need. We're not looking to solve our issues through food. We're relieving that emotion. But the issue doesn't leave. So relieving the emotion only temporarily blocks your negative emotions. So it doesn't work. You need to pray to God that He lets you be hungry with him, and he lets you be with him. And you don't go to food when you're stressed. Instead, you go to God. And God will always provide. And that might mean that he's going to help you through the circumstances. He's going to guide your way. That sometimes might mean that you go and talk to a friend and you pray together. God will provide. Food will never provide. It will be a momentary distraction. But God is an eternal solution. And he will satisfy that craving, that real craving. The second prayer is a prayer for satisfaction and gratitude when you're eating. Many times when we eat, we're not even satisfied or grateful for what we eat. We get to eat every day. What a privilege. What an extraordinary amount of wealth in our society. And yet we take it for granted. And we're not grateful to God for the food he provides. And we're not even satisfied either. We just scarf down and then we're looking for the next meal a couple hours later. Let us be grateful. Let us be satisfied. And we will find that we don't need as much food. We just need what God portions out to us with a grateful and satisfied heart. And so the second prayer, I'll link it down below because it is a little longer. It's just a prayer to eat with satisfaction and with gratitude. And when you combine these two things, when you offer up to God your hunger, and then you ask for satisfaction and gratitude with the food you do eat, you will find that God will move mountains. He will remove from you all the things that are keeping you obese. And so, brother, sister, whoever is looking at this video, just know that God is here for you. He's just a prayer away from you being close to him. He's close to you. You're just not close to him. And you're only one prayer away from getting closer to him. I pray that you use these prayers and that it really does help in your life. Love you guys. Have a great day.